In this video, I'll be discussing how my media product uses, develops, or challenges forms and conventions of real media products. So after researching and annotating local TV news programmes title sequences, I noticed that they included imagery and videos of rural, urban landmarks and also ethnic diversity. They also used filters for the transitions, so from one video to the next and image to image, and it faded in. So I really took that into consideration when it came to creating my own title sequence. I'd say I used these codes and conventions when it came for myself to create my own title sequence. I ensured I used the images which took on my location visit. For example, for the landmarks, I took images of the Library of Birmingham. Also for urban, I took images of the skyline of Birmingham city centre. For ethnic diversity, I just took images of the public in which showed a range of different ethnicities together. And for rural, I took images of Cannon Hill Park and also the famous canals which run through Birmingham. I then used these images in my title sequence along with filters which worked as transitions, as I said, in the real media products, using the fade out, the fade in, the swipes, etc. So moving on to my local TV news programme logo, I'd say I use and develop codes and conventions which are seen in the real media products logos. So what I've done, I annotated a range of TV news logos, and I did notice that they weren't too overcomplicated and they're actually quite simple. I also noticed that the range of colours were minimal, and the most colours used in one TV news logo was about 5. I also spotted that the colours used in the TV news logo were then used throughout the TV news programme and worked as the house style, being used for fonts, name supers, also effects which were used in the programme. Another convention which I noticed while annotating the logos was the use of acronyms. I did see that they were commonly used. So looking at my logo, I would say that it uses form and conventions but yet challenges them. Here you can see how I've used an acronym WMN, which stands for West Midlands News. By using an acronym, it keeps my logo short and concise, and it has been seen on the likes of BBC News, CNN and CBS. However, I would say that it does challenge them, as I've used a silhouette of a train to underline the text. In TV news logos, images are not really seen, it's a bit of an anomaly, but they have been spotted in the CBS logo and also the Fox News one too. But I felt as if a train would really symbolise the area of the West Midlands because it is well known for its train railway network. I also made sure the colours which feature in my news logo were also my house style. I achieved this by including the colours as fonts used throughout my programme, as well as filters in my title sequence and at the end of my programme. Just like real media products, I created brand identity for my local TV news, as I use codes and conventions like pugs, name supers and convergent links throughout. Other codes and conventions I used were shots and camera angles. For both of my hard and soft stories, I ensured that I had establishing shots. This allowed for the audience to get a feel of the location and to see where the story is set. The audience would also feel like each of the location presenters was talking to them individually, as each of the anchors or presenters remained to have eye contact with the camera, as well as using colloquial language and clear pronunciation. This is another code and convention which is seen in real media products, as it is adapted to the target audience. Another code and convention which I noticed while annotating real media products was the use of vox pops. I decided to use them for my soft story, as it would let the audience see what everyday people, just like themselves, would think about the development of Sainsbury's supermarket. This would help the audience to convey their own thoughts about the store. Convergent links then appear on screen, allowing the audience to be prosumers and message into the news programme. This itself is a code and convention of real media products and is seen as extremely important to companies because they know how important it is for the audience to express themselves and their opinions and to be active in the stories that they hear. This creates synergy for my local TV news programme. The opening music for my title sequence is also the same as my news in brief at the start of the news programme, and it's also the same as the background music used in my radio trailer. This again creates brand establishment and keeps consistency throughout my company and my brand.